CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, January 6th, 2016. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. Well, there was an earthquake with a magnitude of about 5.1 on the Richter scale near the demilitarized zone in Korea earlier today. It may have been caused, if you believe the North Koreans, by the detonation of a hydrogen bomb. North Koreans claim to have successfully test detonated a hydrogen weapon. There's considerable skepticism about the North's assertion. Nuclear experts and the South Korean military are saying that the size of the blast was consistent with an atomic explosion, not an enormous hydrogen bomb. American intelligence efforts are still ongoing. It's not definitive yet as to exactly what type of radioactive device was detonated. There is an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council in New York that's scheduled later today to discuss the issue. The director of nuclear policy at the Carnegie Endowment, James Acton, said, regardless of whether this is a hydrogen test or a normal vanilla device, this is a very serious provocation. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. The North Koreans, of course, and Kim Jong-un are trumpeting the development of what they're calling hydrogen bomb justice. Now, they too are members of the Hydrogen Bomb Club. Southern California is being inundated by rain. A tremendous amount of El Nino-driven rain is coming to the southern part of the state, which has been parched because of an extended drought. An intense downpour has hammered a stretch of Highway 101, closing it. Freeways are completely clogged. Deluges of water. The most rain in Los Angeles occurred yesterday. For any single day for all of last year. And the storms also set records in several places for rainfall, including Los Angeles International Airport, as well as in Stockton, California, and in Redding, California. A number of rain-related traffic accidents, gridlock, and flooded sidewalks have occurred. There is also now concern about mudslides in various beach areas, including Malibu and in a town called Solmar Beach. Areas recently burned by brush fires tend to be at the greatest risk of mudslides because they no longer have any vegetation in order to keep the soil at root. Kevin McCarty, who has been the Florida Insurance Commissioner for a number of years, since 2003, has announced that he's stepping down in May of this year. Mr. McCarty has helped guide Florida's fragile insurance market in the wake of 8 major hurricanes a decade ago. He's also seen the near collapse of the state homeowners insurance market, major changes in health insurance, and contentious legislative battles over auto insurance. McCarty is one of the few public servants who we can definitely say job well done, and we wish him the best of luck in his future endeavor. Even with the arrivals of the January renewals and reinsurance, there seems to be no end in sight to the soft market conditions. According to a study by Willis, the January renewals have unfortunately confounded the hopes of commentators that the market was reaching a pricing floor. There had been considerable optimism that the January renewals were going to show that prices would begin to tick up. That's not the case. In a statement, Willis said, despite the signs of pricing stabilization in peak property catastrophe zones on the June renewals, the forecast for softening in reinsurance prices have proved illusory. According to the report, rates have continued to decline across the majority of markets, with few examples of any slowdown in pricing drops. They went on to say that reinsurers have faced difficult renewal dynamics in the global specialty markets, especially within the aviation and energy sectors, as large losses and reductions in rates have yet to dissuade the inflow of any additional capacity. So what's happening is more money is coming in to underwrite risk, more claims are being paid, yet the prices of the premiums continue to drop. It's a triple whammy for reinsurers. Munich Re is saying that the cost from natural catastrophes fell last year to the lowest level since 2009, as the weather effect known as El Nino, the same weather effect that's inundating Southern California, has reduced heavy storms, i.e. hurricanes, in the Atlantic. Global losses declined to $90 billion from $110 billion in 2014. Natural catastrophes claimed 23,000 lives last year, up from 7,700 in 2014. The year's worst cat event was the Nepal earthquake in April, where about 9,000 people died, and losses totaled about $4.8 billion, only $210 million of which were insured. Authorities in Holland are warning Dutch motorists in the northern part of the country to stay off the roads today because of treacherous driving conditions caused by ice and freezing rain. Dozens of accidents have occurred. Drivers who ignored the warnings or missed the warning faced long delays as cars and trucks slid off roads or collided. The Dutch Traffic Information Service is reporting at least 50 accidents in the worst affected areas of the country. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.